Right, we're ready for a really splashing and splendid time now, Sheila, aren't we?
We certainly are. We've got some great welly boots and I love my Wellingtons.
Yeah, me too as well. And actually, we're going to do a bit of switcheroo in this show as well, because we've got some for the girls and some for the boys as well. So we'll be trading places from time to time as well.
We will.
This will be a challenge for us, Sheila.
It will, Derek.
Right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Right, off you go then, and we'll get started. You want something that's super, super lightweight, ready for any weather that you want to throw at it. You want something that looks good, that doesn't feel like you're wearing half a ton on your foot. Then this might be just the ticket for you, actually. Because it's like, you know those big sort of puffy jackets? Like, they were big in the 80s, like the skier kind of jackets. It's a little bit like that in a boot, really, which is really quite nice. It's quilted all of the way through. But look at this. Talk about this for a little bit of après-ski. Very, very nice indeed. I have to say, you're talking to a man that has never skied in his life, by the way, just so that you know. It's good to have the zip up the side, though, and a nice bit of a tread going on the bottom. Are you a skier, Sheila?
I've only been skiing once.
And what happened?
Well, it was not a great experience because I went with a friend whose husband couldn't go and she just says, right, just get on your skis and go down there. So off I set.
Right.
But it wasn't the best experience at the bottom.
Oh,
no.
I see.
So it was one of those things that I think, well, I've done it once, I possibly won't do it again.
Okay.
But I just think a little pair of boots like these are a must-have for this time of year because they're shower-proof, they've got that wonderful cosy lining inside, and don't they look fabulous in that navy? I know we've got other colours, but the navy is lovely.
Fabulous. This is just the ticket, you know, actually. Something you can just absolutely just slip into come a winter kind of, not doesn't even have to be winter, to be honest. It might just be a cold and a wet day and you think, oh, I don't really know what to wear. And you might just be going out walking the dogs or, you know, just going down the road or whatever. You've got something here which feels like a nice sort of winter kind of jacket. This is water resistant the surface at the top there, but it feels really nice. I like the way it comes up way beyond the ankle. Nice bit of faux fur lining going on there. On the inside, and this isn't going to be the easiest of things to see, to be honest with you, but it's almost like a shearling lining on the inside. It feels really, really nice. Difficult to see in the black, I know, but it's also good to have the zip up the front as well, isn't it? Because it means you can wear it with the zip slightly open if you wanted to, but getting in and out of them, you know, they might be wet, they might be muddy, they might need a wipe down. Again, you're keeping yourself away, your hands away from any water or dirt or whatever that might be there. I think, Sheila, these are very nice. They've got a bit of a wedge as well.
Do you know what I like about them?
Go on.
You know, we did this accessories show with the little hat, with the faux fur, the snood and the gloves.
And the gloves, yeah.
These would go perfect. What an outfit that would make.
Yes.
And very Dr. Zhivago.
Yes, it is a little bit. I think the show Sheila's talking about is called Guide to Gifting.
Yes.
And it's on our YouTube channel if you get the chance to see it. And we had a lovely, lovely, yes, you're right, ensemble of a hat, a snood scarf and a pair of gloves that would go perfectly with it. Yes, good spot, actually. So go and have a little look at that if you get a chance. These are a wonderful, wonderful price point as well, I think, given that they could be so much more expensive, really, couldn't they?
They could.
Happy wellies, very, very happy wellies we've got for you right now. I love them. You just look at them straight away and you smile. Do you know what I've noticed as well? I see quite often when you're out and about, you see a pair of wellies for sale and they're not standing up because there's not enough material for them to stand up of their own accord. So they're like this, they're floppy and like that.
Yep.
But you see how these stand up
They do.
of their own accord, which means that they're made of a substantially enough material that they're going to last a long time, because there's no point a welly looking great like this one does if it's going to fall apart in 5 minutes.
That is very true. And also, in the body of the welly, there's plenty of room to tuck your trousers in. Sometimes they can be really slim and you can't push your trousers in at all.
Yeah.
And the grip on these are fabulous.
It is good, actually,
even though
isn't
they
it?
look really pretty, really girly. Just look at that tread underneath, which is fabulous.
I tell you what I've noticed about that as well. It's not lots and lots of deep grooves, because sometimes a bugbear of mine in the past with wellies has been getting stones
stuck
in the grooves, but
Yes.
they're nice and shallow grooves on these, which I think is really, really good. Such a practical boy in that respect, I have to say. I love the ones you're wearing, the stripy ones.
Yep.
They are really, really nice. They're called the white multi, and I think they are super, super just trendy. Like, they're a fun welly. You can wear them with
Yes.
almost anything, can't you?
Absolutely.
Good old pair of good quality wellies. Actually, everybody should have some of these by the door. They are fabulous. It's quite nice sometimes that you've got something that does come up that little bit further, is nice and substantial, is beautifully made as well. There is a proper lining inside there, which I think is very, very important. And I'll just show you on the bottom here as well. That you've got the tread there that doesn't go too deeply. You want the tread to do its job, of course, but you don't want to be forever in there with a knife or a screwdriver getting stones and bits out of the bottom of your wellies. They're lovely. They're a very, very smart range, and this is a really nice little, it's just a decorative detail. Well, you can actually use it. It's functional. You can draw them in a little bit if you wanted to. So you've got your classic green there at a very, very affordable price for the quality, but you've also got these rather nice blue, which you've made look seamless here. It's almost like you're not wearing wellies at all,
Well, it's
Sheila.
very true, actually. But they do remind me of a very sort of famous high-end brand that you would pay a lot of money for.
Yes, probably closer to maybe sort of twice, 3 times this kind of price tag. And listen, it's not just about saying, okay, no, there's the good price. It's about saying, you know what, the quality is here, the tailoring is here as well, because these are nicely tailored, Sheila, as well, aren't they?
They're a great welly. And I mean, if you were out and about, even if you were going shopping somewhere and it was a really foul, awful day, these actually look good, don't they?
Yeah, they really do.
Now, I've been having a real chuckle to myself because me and Derek have changed places. But it took him such a long time because he couldn't decide whether he puts his trousers on the outside or trousers on the inside. But we've got a fabulous snow boot. Now, the weather that we're going to be having very, very soon, you need a substantial boot. And look at this. Look at that fabulous grip underneath. You're not going anywhere, even if it's snowing, it's icy, you've got slippy leaves or anything. And then the upper, which is fabulous, you lace this all up, but inside you've got this beautiful, you probably can't see it on the black, but it's a gorgeous sort of faux fur lining, which is just lovely. And it's a wide fit, so you could put your socks on with these, but I think you should really see what Derek looks like in them.
Do you know what? Actually, these are really, really lovely because the bottom part of these is like a welly.
Yes,
and
very
then
true.
From the ankle up, they're more like a sort of showerproof boot, aren't they? So there's lots and lots more flexibility going on there. So I can be very, very flexible, as you can see here. I'm trying to be as flexible as I can. A model I am not, but I can be super, super flexible in these. But look at the grip that they've got going on as well. That is brilliant, and they are super, super chunky. They're also very, very warm, but, and you know I notice this now more these days since turning a certain age, is that I can feel the comfort as well. There's
that's important.
There's nothing pushing down or, you know, squeezing me in. I've got lots of flexibility.
I need to ask you a question.
Go on.
Is there lots of toe wiggle room?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. You know me, I don't like being enclosed in any way, shape or form. And these are true to my size and they are nice and roomy. So I could even, if I wanted to wear a bit of a woolly sock as well, an extra thick one, not a problem in these.
I think these should be under your Christmas tree.
I think I agree, you know.
Now, I don't know what the weather report is around the corner, but if it's going to be snowy, if it's going to be rainy, if it's going to be icy, you need a great boot. Or even if you're going away skiing or something, you need a snow boot. And this is what this is, a really fabulous, substantial boot. Now, the bottom part here is a little bit like a welly boot, so that's going to keep you really nice and dry. You've got a fabulous grip underneath, so any surface you're walking on, you're not going to be slippy sliding about. It's got a nice, really strong one-touch fastening there. So if you do want to tuck your trousers in, then you can actually loosen that a little bit or fasten it a little bit tighter. And then inside, if I can just show you there, you've got this beautiful fleecy lining, which is really gorgeous and lovely and warm. Now, I think everybody needs a pair of these through the winter. And I'm just looking at Derek, and he's actually got a pair of green on. It's like a really deep forest green, but this one's the black. But isn't that forest green nice?
Yeah, it is nice actually. I love a pair of snow boots, and,
Yeah.
I won't wear them all day. But when it does snow, and I love it, where we live in North Yorkshire, I love it when we get snow. And I'm always the nominated person to clear the snow off the lane.
Yes.
For everybody else, so that they can get in and out and whatever. And you do get cold feet and you do get wet feet doing that.
You do.
So I think I need something like this, because these are like toasty warm. I keep looking for the on-off button because it feels like there's a heater in there.
You've got
for
a little
my
bit
feet.
of quilting in the side, you
It's
see.
lovely. I tell you, it's really, really nice. I'm loving being the model as well, by the way.
Are you enjoying
Yeah,
this
I'm
swapping of
very
places,
enjoying
Derek?
this.
Maybe we should do this more often.
I will stand up and grow good more often, I think. These are super, super comfortable. Out of the two colours, do you know what? I do like this green.
The green is lovely, and it's very in fashion at the moment.
I've got a nice jacket that would go nicely with that as well.
Now, these are not a normal welly. There's a bit of a secret with this welly. If you look at it from the side, you think, yeah, nice and smart welly. You know, it's going to be waterproof. It's nice and long. Great grip underneath as well, which is really, really important. But it's what's actually going inside. If I can just show you that lining, look how beautiful that lining is. So with normal wellies, they're not really very sort of warm when you put your foot inside, but that wraps round your leg beautifully, going right down to the toes. And I need to actually ask Derek what they feel like.
Well, far from mucking out the horses or anything like that in a welly like this is very grand. I'm more like buying a horse in this one. This is lovely. It's really, really nice. You know, sometimes, and you said before, when you step into a welly that you buy with the greatest respect, maybe in a garden centre or something like that, you get into it and it feels very cold and empty.
Yes,
doesn't
very
it?
much so. And you have to put thick socks on, don't you, normally?
Yes. And I sport, you wouldn't know this because I'm not a sportsman, quite a hefty calf.
Do you know?
I do, and this accommodates that very, very nicely indeed. It's got a little bit of a decorative, you can see, thing going on the outside here, and the top of this, the piping, is almost like a leather look. So these look very, very grand. I've just had a little nod and a look at the price, and I know I'm not meant to when I'm the model, but
fabulous
I had
price.
a sneaky look. It's really, really good. I'd expect at least 2.5 times the price we've got here.
Yeah, it's a great value welly with all that beautiful, lovely warmth inside.
Super comfy too.
Well, have I got a welly for you? Unbelievable, the structure of this welly. I mean, just look at this. It's so substantial. You've got actually the top here is like a neoprene, so it's going to be really soft and supple when you're wearing them. But look at this. I mean, the tread underneath is like nothing I've seen before. I think if you're working outside, you're outside a lot, maybe construction, building, farming, whatever it is, then these wellies are going to be great. And also, if you're a fisherman, I can just see a fisherman wearing this. Now, Derek, have you ever been fishing?
Do you know what? It's something I've been meaning to do for a long, long time. Sit there. I mean, I know I'm elf-sized, not elf-sized, like that little garden gnome size. And we sat there, rod in hand, waiting to catch something. I think that could be me one day. Do you know with wellies?
Yes.
I think actually, for people that have a wider foot, they always make the compromise with wellies because most wellies are very true to size. So you've got to wrestle them on.
True.
Because these are extra wide. They're accommodating, a lot more accommodating in the foot, which is great.
Yep.
So you've got more depth, you've got more width as well. But also you've got more room going on here with a little bit of stretch too, which I think is really, really good. So if you've got a bit more of a chunkier or a sportier calf, they're not a problem with these whatsoever. And they are ever so comfy. They're not pinching, they're not pushing at all in any direction. And I'll show you the tread while you're there as well, because there is plenty of it, which is great.
I think Derek's actually liking this model in large.
I am. Get me my rod. Right, that's it. We're all done then. I'm not sure who's wearing what and where and when and how and... Wow.
I think you should have the green ones.
I think so too. They are very me, aren't they? Listen, I hope you found something that you love there as well. Remember, all of the item details and whatever are Down there somewhere?
Yeah, down there.
Down there
Yeah.
somewhere. Underneath the video, I think they should be. And if not, of course, you can find them all online at pavers.co.uk. Time to go for a wet and muddy walk then, hey?
I think it is.
Okie dokie. We'll be back and we'll see you again soon then. Take care.